for the second year in a row, George Kittle invited Trey Lance to tight end university,
right,
to throw during these drills and stuff. And
right.
last year, Trey Lance said no, he couldn't fit it in his
Couldn't do it.
schedule, couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, yeah.
This year, he's making it happen.
Right.
What do you make of that? Is this significant?
Yes, it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Okay.
Football is a people business.
Yep.
I know that it's wins and losses, but at the end of the day, just like anything, you work with who you like.
Yep.
I'm that's just the truth.
That's like the entire Niners culture. That's what they've built.
Yeah,
right?
and that's and essentially that's everywhere, really. You know what I'm
Pretty much.
sayan?
You got to work with
I
people
don't
you
care
trust.
how qualified you are.
Yeah.
If you're not liked in the organization, we can't. You don't help productivity. So
No.
one thing about the NFL is that these little events or camps are, they're networking opportunities. That's what they are. They're ways for Trey to rebrand himself in a narrative that really matters, right? There's a back door, there's a back channel line in the NFL about how people really feel about players around the league. And going to stuff like this and performing strengthens that narrative where people can talk offline about what they saw, about how they saw Trey in the raw, how they saw him lead, how they saw him get through his progressions, throw the ball. And also, he's not going to be doing it with just NFL guys. He's going to be doing it with premier guys who have big networks, who people are going to be asking them, important people are going to be asking them, how did Trey look?
Also, think about it. Like, they don't need Trey Lance to get out of the pocket and make plays. Like, they need Trey Lance to be a jugs machine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You need to hit him.
Which essentially, I don't have a problem with Trey throwing on the run. I think that's actually one of his strengths.
Me too.
That's
not going to be something he's going to be doing here, right?
Yeah. I think essentially Trey being a jugs machine is kind of one of the things that we were scared about, is him just making the routine easy layup throws. Like, man, just make that throw. So I feel like on the inverse, I feel so bad for the kid at times, because all of the special stuff that he does on routine, deep ball accuracy, throwing on the run, getting outside of the pocket. That's the stuff that when Trey wows you, he consistently wows you with that stuff, which lets you know that he has it in his bag. What scares you is the brass tacks little stuff.
My thing is, I guess the question is, does this mean that Kittle likes Trey now? Because my whole assumption is, like, Kittle kind of hasn't accepted Trey into the big boy group. Like, he's the little brother, and like, it's like, you can't hang out with us. Like, you can't come to Cabo. You can't come to the Warrior game. Go to the A's game by yourself, and get a standing ovation by all 2,000 people there. I'm not going. What is it? Does this change their relationship? I look at this as like a challenge from George. Like, why don't you show up?
I don't look at this as a litmus from George, because I think that this is a little bit more connected. I don't think that George is just some like independent contractor. I think that Trey got that invite, and Kyle knows that Trey got that invite.
Yeah.
And Trey was probably voluntold to go to that.
Voluntold. And probably George was probably voluntold to invite him.
Yeah, he was voluntold to tell him, yes, you're voluntold to do this, right?
Hey, just George, Trey, you're inviting Trey to tight end.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Trey, you're going to tight end you. And it's going to look like you guys, it's about you two. You guys set it all up.
Yeah. In military school, we used to call it mandatory fun.
That's so fun. I love that.
Yeah. So
and it's to me also, it's like, again, it plays into George's persona. Like, I'm the leader of this team, man. You want to be the quarterback on this team? Come to my camp.
Yeah.
That's step one. You didn't come last year? Well, I didn't play week 1 and 2. No, I'm not saying that. But I am saying, hey, man, I set the agenda here, and you're coming to tight end university if you want to be a quarterback on this team. Because if you say no, hey, might just bring Sam. I might just bring Sam. You don't want me to bring Sam, do you?
I think that Trey just needs to go ahead and just create a Trojan horse. Do what you got to do. Smile, kiss baby, shake hand, kiss ass, and when you get in front of the masses, they're all controlled by the dollar. This is all about money. So as soon as we see that Trey is productive, then they got a shitstorm on their hands, because they gotta play him because they're all scared. So Trey has to just make it into the Coliseum, just make it into the arena where you can fight in front of the mob, and then we'll give you the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
Love that. Also, another thing that this is good for Trey, doesn't seem like any of his players have been clamoring to work out with him this offseason. Wherever he's been, I don't know. Maybe it's tough when you're like, I don't even know who the quarterback's going to be, man. Like Kyle's not telling me, and people are saying Darnold. People are saying,
right.
Like, where do I go? So Trey now brings it upon himself. Like, all right, George, I'll go to you, and we can build some chemistry. I mean, it's better than nothing. I know he's going to be throwing to more tight ends than just George, but it's going to be a few extra days that they'll have together. I mean, they haven't played together that much. So that's a good thing.
True. That's so true. They haven't had a lot of playing time together.
No.
So I will say that
one game, maybe one game.
But hey, look at it this way though, Grant. If you look at it on the inverse, Trey was that guy the year before when he was the incumbent starter, when he was coming in as the guy. And Brandon Ayuk and Trey were attached at the hip. They were attached at the hip that summer. So it's
Can I say something else though?
Sure.
We always see this like perceived lack of connect between Kittle and Trey. I always empathize with Trey, but let's see it from Kittle's perspective. All right, Trey is the newcomer here. Like George is the leader on the team. Okay. George invites. I'm gonna be George for a second. I invite you, Trey, to my camp last year. You say no. You say no. You're too busy. The hell you mean you're too busy? You talking about you're too busy? No, you find time to come to my freaking camp. If you want to, if you want my respect, you didn't come to my camp. What are you doing? And I'm seeing video, I'm seeing pictures, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that. Like you couldn't have time talking about.
And then we're talking about
I like Trey. Jimmy. I've already said I like Jimmy. You trying to get me on your side? Come on, that's not how you do it.
Trey likes to have a good time, and
so do I.
Yeah, you're all over the place. And you're gonna turn down my camp. I can see how that could get you miffed on the veteran.
Piss me off. It would piss me off.
And from inside the building, they do cast a big shadow because they are good pros, and the rest of the league, they have the respect of the league. I just feel like the top of the league isn't as competitive as it used to be. Now, if you're good, you're just good. There's really not a lot of distinction between the Super Bowl winner and the next 4 to 5 teams that are good in the NFL.
That's true.
The NFL didn't used to be that way. Like the champ was the champ, and everybody else was general population. Now there's like this gentleman's club purgatory in the NFL, like there's smokers room where they get to all just sit up there and look down at the rest of the league because they're profitable and make money. So it's like, this is like the social media TikTok age of the NFL, where you have like your Instagram teams that you can just boast on, but they don't really win anything. They don't have any rings, but they're just good to talk about.
Yeah. They just have a few highlights. They have a few stars. You know what I mean? Yeah. The Vikings, they have Justin Jefferson. You know, he does the gritty. Everyone knows that. And they got a bunch of highlights. You think the Vikings are doing well, and it's like, what happened? Oh, they lost in the playoffs. Go get them next year. No one cares. Right? Hey, yeah. Agree. Yeah, that's true. Flave says, heard Kyle told Kittle to take Trey to tight end U because Mike Shanahan's coming into town to teach Darnold the offense one-on-one and didn't want Trey to know. That's funny, Flav. Flav, you got connections?
Dubious.
Are you in the Shanahan family?
He's in the circle. Oh, yeah. He knows.